Hello everybody, I'm Nurgleprobe. Welcome to my top 100 games of all time list. Today we're gonna take a look at games 72 through 69. And down below you can find the link to my full playlist where you can see all the videos uploaded so far with all the games covered. So let's jump right into number 72. My number 72 is Alan Wake. Alan Wake takes place somewhere in the United States. I don't remember exactly where. You are a writer. That's how we say it. You're a writer and you have a writer's block. You are a horror novel writer, I believe. And you're going out into the forest, out to this small island on a lake to stay in a house to see if you can get back into writing. And you actually start writing. And you bring your wife. Or actually, it's not you. You are playing Alan Wake, this fictional character. And he is bringing his wife there, and she gets kidnapped. And the enemy in this game is something that is very classic when it comes to horror tropes, I think, and that is darkness. Darkness is consuming the community and people around you, and to fight these things, you have to use flares, flashlights, and other sources of light. Which means during the day, everything's fine, but as soon as it gets darker at night, shit goes down. Throughout the story, you are also finding pages from a novel that you are writing, and it tells you the future. The pages actually, you can read the pages and there's a dialogue there or something that's going on, and that is something that's going to happen right after you find it or shortly after you find the page. So you can actually ignore, you don't have to pick up the pages, but it's a collectible thing that you can do. The game, when it came out, it wasn't very well received. I think it got like 7 and 6s. But with time, it seems to have grown on people, and I think it will become one of those classic games that people will just remember as, one of the good horror games back in the day. I mean, even Resident Evil 1, when that came out, it got good reviews though, but there were still some technical issues when it came to controls and stuff like that with that game, but that has grown to be a classic. Anyway, my number 72 is Alan Wake. My number 71 is Super Probotector, also known as Contra 3 if you're American. The reason for this is because it was censored when it came to Europe, and we put in robots instead of soldiers, so that's why it's called Super Probotector instead of Contra 3. So basically, it's a platform game shooter that's best with 2 players. You move through levels from left to right, you shoot down enemies, there's a lot of great bosses, great music, fun weapons. Power-ups are usually, or they fly in as like small red eggs, kinda hard to explain. You shoot them down, you get different upgrades, and you fight through these levels. And the thing with this game that is really making it great compared to many others is that every level feels so very different. There's always something new going on, and there's even a few levels that is completely, for its time, to put those kinds of levels into the game was very interesting. Instead of the the platforming game, you turn the camera up over what's going on, and you are moving around on a map and shooting and doing things instead, which is really weird. I will show you it here so that you can understand what I'm talking about. But yeah, Super Probotector is a great game and is really fun for 2 players. And that is why it's on the list. If it was a single-player game, it would probably not make the cut. But it's a 2-player game, it's just so fun and so entertaining, and really hard, too. Thank God for cheat codes. My number 70 is Red Faction. 1 and 2, but I'm gonna say 1, because really that was the one that I played the most. Red Faction is a game, you're on Mars, you're a miner, and the miners are revolting against the people forcing you to mine. I don't really remember, it's some kind of company that you work for. But everything is horrible for you as you work there, and you just decide one day, screw this, and you're gonna fight back. And I'm gonna spoil something for this list. Half-Life is not on the list. Neither is Quake. A lot of people are like, those are the best FPS games of all time, and no, not for me. But Red Faction is kind of like my Half-Life. It's the same kind of gameplay, same kind of style. It doesn't look as good. Well, for its time, yeah, it looks as good. And it's a huge game, and the one thing that was the reason that a lot of people talked about this when it came out was because everything in the game was destroyable. You could destroy all the walls throughout levels, so you could actually dig like tunnels through the level into new areas and everything. And obviously that was restricted by some kind of concrete wall sometimes and stuff like that, so you could not cheat your way through levels, but it was still, you could still do quite a lot of digging in that game. And yeah, it was a good game, and it was really fun. I don't remember if it was Red Faction 1 or 2 that added multiplayer, but even the split-screen multiplayer was kind of fun in that game. Because you could play 2 players, or up to 4 players, I believe, and you added bots into it. So as long as you did not, watch the other person's screen up there, you didn't know who was the player and who was the bot. So it was fun. It was really, really fun. We played a lot of that back in the day. So my number 70, Red Faction. Did I mention it was a first-person shooter, by the way? I guess you can't see that. My number 69 is the reason that Prison Architect is on the list. If I had not played this game as a kid, I would probably not even try Prison Architect. Well, maybe I would, because it's cool. But it was the reason that I got so deeply involved into Prison Architect as soon as I saw it. And that is Theme Hospital. It's a 2D hospital simulator builder. You're building a hospital, you're hiring people for it, obviously doctors, nurses, caretakers, or groundkeepers, and you have to build the rooms, you have to decide how big rooms are, what's in the rooms, you have to put out seats and soda machines for the people that come and visit your hospital. People stand in lines outside rooms, and you have to make sure that there's constantly a doctor in there working and that they can take rest so they don't do a bad job, because if they do a bad job, people die. And you can research different diseases, and sometimes you have to just make a chance. I believe that when you're not completely sure about the diagnosis, you actually can, there's a 70% chance that we will make it. Do you want to try this? And you can do that. You can read up on all the diseases, and all the diseases are obviously jokes. There's an invisibility disease. So instead of actually seeing a person walking into your hospital, you just see a pair of shoes, a cane, and a hat. So, yeah, it's definitely a thing. And this game is just a lot of fun. It's really, even if you don't look into all the information about the different diseases, it's just really fun to build a hospital. And I really, really enjoy it. So, yeah. My number 69, Theme Hospital. Thank you for watching, everybody. December 8th, we went through game 72 through 69. Come back tomorrow to see game 68 to 65. And I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget, you can click above me here to see the video before it, or the video after it, or the whole playlist. Yeah. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you again tomorrow on December 9th. Take care, everybody. Hello, 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 hello. Whoops.